Hey you guys, it's Brandy Chanel and welcome back to my channel. So listen, I'm not going to be on here long. We're going to go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm going to slightly touch on Married to Medicine. Look out for a video later on this week about the progress of my bariatric surgery. I have an appointment this Thursday and I want to take some footage and kind of edit it and get it out to you guys. So just be on the lookout for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm only going to touch on the things that stuck out to me. I'm not going to go scene by scene because not a lot happened. I mean, it was a funny episode, but not a lot happened, okay? Because we have Robin still crying and having a mental breakdown about Candace saying that she could have possibly been responsible for Juan getting fired. Some of the things that she said at the reunion, last season. So that could possibly be why Juan got fired, and she starts having a breakdown and all this other stuff and starts getting dramatic. The ladies are at chicken shit pink bingo, okay? I'm gonna need for Ashley not to plan another trip again, okay? Because you got these women all dolled up to go to chicken shit bingo, okay? I would have been pissed, okay? You got Nneka, Wendy, Candace, and Mia dressed like they going to the club, okay? Karen looked like she going out to brunch, okay? You got Robin looking like she missed out on a few decades of fashion. And then you got Giselle looking like she got dressed in the dark. I mean, it was just, I'm like, so this is what we're doing. And then you got Ashley looking tacky as hell. So I don't blame Karen for not wanting to participate because it was nasty. The place didn't look clean. I'm not about to sit here and go on a trip with my girls and do some shit like chicken shit bingo or draw each other's coochies. I mean, that's not my idea of a good girls trip. Okay, so Ashley doesn't need to do another trip ever again. Okay, but back to the show. They get into the restaurant or wherever they're at, and then Robin is crying. Candace starts boo-hooing crying. I love Candace, but all that damn crying she was doing was really pissing me off. Because you have all these emotions and feelings for somebody who did not give a fuck about you. So much so that last season she blasted you out with all the other women, put a damn speaker on the goddamn table and blasted you in front of the entire group about some bullshit, and she didn't even, about a live that she didn't even finish, okay? About a live that she took out of context. That is what she did, okay? And you have all this emotion and empathy for a woman that do not give a fuck about you, who sat there and watched her friend, okay, watched her friend sit there and drag your husband through the mud, and you sitting up here boo-hoo crying like somebody died in your family. Like, I was so confused by Candace having all these emotions and crying. I love Candace. Candace is one of my faves, but she was getting on my nerve with all that damn crying. I was like, girl, suck it up, buttercup. It really got on my nerves, right? And then you got Giselle, you know, kind of hyping up the situation. At one point, she called Candace a thing. And I was like, I don't know if Candace heard her, because I feel like if Candace heard her, she would have cussed her the fuck out, okay? And another thing, Giselle, the same energy that you had in this episode, I'm going to need you to come with that same energy on the damn reunion. Because you was in the car after all that dramatics and things of that nature. The ladies left. What was it? Mia, Robin, and Giselle, they left. And so Giselle in the damn car or the truck or wherever they was at, she goes, I'm sitting on ready. I'm sitting on ready. Well, I need you to sit on ready at the reunion. I don't want to hear this shit. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You're sitting on ready. So when come the reunion, I need you to be ready. Okay? And when Candace cussed her the fuck out, I don't want to hear shit on Twitter. Okay? I don't want to hear anything. You got Robin outside, sitting on the corner looking crazy. Okay? And really, she's not really upset with Candace and what Candace had to say. She's upset because I think that she feels that Juan really feels like that she's responsible for getting him fired. Because she talked about it on the show. And so I think that she feels that Juan believes that she is the cause of him getting fired. Or in some way, shape, form, or fashion, she's responsible because she's on the show, and because she's on the show, he's on the show. And it probably wouldn't have got any media attention, had they not been recognizable. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Of course you do. But that's how I view it, okay? Had they not been on the show, we don't know if he would have got away with this or not. But I don't think it helped matters the fact that they are both well known in Potomac and that he's on the show and people know who he is. Because if we didn't know who he is, this probably wouldn't have got the attention that it did. Okay, so I feel like in some way, shape, form, or fashion, he probably blames Robin for that, and Robin probably knows it. So that is why she in here boohoo crying. Okay, it was too much for me. It was really too much. Candace and I was like, Candace, girl, suck this shit up, okay? And then you have Wendy. Wendy is trying to calm her down, being a good friend. And at some point, Wendy is like, you know what this is. You know what this is, meaning, these women are trying to do whatever they can to ice you out, girl. They are trying to do whatever they can to get you the fuck out of here. And then Neckbone over here talking about in the confessionals, talking about Wendy is controlling Candace. She's manipulating Candace. Candace can't talk or have a thought without Wendy. No, bitch. What she's doing is being a friend to her and reminding her, how these bitches operate. So don't let them get under your skin. Do not let them drive you to these emotions. Get it together. That is what Wendy was doing. Okay, Neka, you ain't been here but 2 minutes, boo. You ain't been here with 2 minutes, and don't be surprised next season when your ass is on the chopping block and they coming after Ike. Okay, sit your ass down somewhere and go to Sephora and get the correct foundation shade. Okay, do that for me while you up there running your mouth. Anyway, what else happened in the episode? The girls go kayaking. Oh, so Giselle and Karen have a conversation, right? And at some point they talk about Candace, and Giselle is making it known to Karen that she does not want to make up with Candace, and she does not want to make up with Candace because she feels like Candace is responsible for all the death threats she's been getting due to the narrative that was started, or the narrative that was started since season 5, that the girls, including Giselle, are colorists. Now, Giselle, that has nothing to do with Candace, okay? You are getting death threats and being called a colorist because of your actions, okay? That is why you're getting all the smoke that you're getting, because of your actions. Let's be clear, you've been called a colorist since season 5. Okay, that shit that came on that you did to Monique, season 6, it was Wendy. Season 7 is Candace. There's a pattern there. Okay. And for those of you who keep saying, oh, well, she has brown-skinned daughters, she was hopping on big black dick and made these brown-skinned daughters, that means nothing. Just because you have a dark-skinned baby daddy does not mean that you cannot have a disdain for black women. And that for dark-skinned black women, especially dark-skinned black women that are more accomplished than you. Because let's be clear, Wendy and Candace and even Nneka led with intelligence, okay? When Candace came to the show, she let it be known that she came from generational wealth. We knew she worked in the White House with President Obama. We knew she had a business, Okay, and we knew she graduated from Howard University. We have Wendy, who's a professor at the Johns Hopkins. She's a political commentator. She has 4 degrees, a PhD. She has a loving husband and beautiful children, okay? And it looks like her marriage is going actually very well, okay? Unlike Miss Robin over there with her getting emotionally abused by Juan, and we're going to talk about that towards the end of this episode, okay? So, and then we have NECA, okay? Who comes in, she sounds very intelligent. She's a lawyer. Her husband's a doctor. And I wouldn't be surprised if they come after her ass next. All of these ladies led with intelligence, okay? They were successful prior to Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? Not because of Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives has elevated their success. But be clear, they were successful before they came onto this platform. Unlike Giselle. What did Giselle tell you her first season? That her husband cheated on her. What did Robin tell you her first season? That she and Juan were rich. She was married to Juan when he was in the NBA and she lost all his money. That's what they led with. Okay, they led with some man that cheated on them, or, yeah, well, Juan cheated on her too. Okay? That's what they led with. And that's why they mad at Candace, and that's why they mad at Wendy, because they have good marriages, okay? Despite what y'all may think about Candace and Chris, you can definitely tell that Chris loves Candace, okay? So they are trying to come after their husbands and destroy their marriage because their marriage did not work out. We have Ashley still married to that goddamn Michael. And it don't look like they gonna get divorced anytime soon. She at the table talking about he's only gonna see them every other weekend. Girl, gone. I'm not Bitmo waiting on that damn divorce. She ain't going nowhere because she know her lifestyle gonna change. That's why. Okay? So I'm not buying that. The girls go kayaking. I mean, you guys, this episode was uneventful. So, I was appreciative of the kayaking scene because it was very lighthearted. It was fun. And we did need somewhat of a break from all this drama and things of that nature. We did need that. So, I guess we got that. We got Mia and Gordon. So, I'm confused by Mia and Gordon because Mia does not want Gordon to pursue a lawsuit against his family who took his money and his company. I'm confused. I'm really confused. Because it's like, I think Mia is playing in our faces, kind of like what her and Jacqueline did last season, which was play in our faces and make it seem like they were having this drama in order to keep Mia on the show so she can have a storyline. And that's what I think Mia is doing. I think Mia is playing in our faces. I don't think she too much gives a damn about whether, Gordon is out here working or not, or whether he pursued his lawsuit or not, because I honestly think she was cheating on him, okay? Because we're going to find out in the second half of the season that she was cheating on him. I think at this point, Mia already had her mind made up that she was leaving him. Okay, so I don't think I don't even know why she's making this an issue to make it seem as if she wasn't with Gordon for the money. Okay, because her complaint is that he's not spending enough time with the family. But if you guys want to maintain a certain lifestyle, he has to work. So I just really think that Mia is playing in our faces. That's what I believe. I believe Mia is just playing in our faces. Okay, so I think that's it for the episode, except for the last scene with Juan and Robin. Y'all, this this scene really it solidified everything for me as far as how I feel about Robin, and I know I'm right. Okay. I don't even feel like Robin has low self-esteem. I think her self-esteem just doesn't exist. It doesn't. Ain't no way in hell you, as my husband, gonna sit up here. I am venting to you. Okay, I'm crying to you. I'm literally looking for support. And you interrupt me, and you tell me, why do I let these women get me all emotional? I'm crying. You saying you don't have time for this because your skin is crawling, and you hang up in my face? Nigga. And quiet as it's kept, he living off Robin. You know, I feel like Robin's the breadwinner. Y'all would not have that house if it wasn't for Robin. Your name is not on the goddamn deed, sir. So you gonna be unemployed and disrespectful and think you gonna live up in my motherfucking house? You got me fucked up. Y'all have me fucked up. If you think my husband is going to be unemployed and disrespectful and think you can talk to me any kind of way, that's crazy. That's how I know Robin's self-esteem is to the ground. It's all the way in hell. There is no fucking way. Listen, I don't give a damn how fine anyone is, okay? Honestly, Juan ain't even fine to me no more. He done aged about 10 years since the season started, okay? He ain't even fine to me no more. It really don't even matter about looks. It's all about respect. If you are married, okay, your spouse is supposed to create a safe space for you to be able to be vulnerable with. Okay, if you can't cry to your husband, if you can't cry to your fucking wife, who the hell else are you gonna cry to? If you can't vent to them, if you can't express your frustrations to them, then what the fuck are they there for? And you fucking unemployed, bitch. You got me fucked up. And I'm going through all this shit because of you. These women coming at me because of your ass. Because you took your ass to a damn hotel room to pay for another bitch's hotel, and it's all over the goddamn internet. So now I have to defend it. That's why the women are coming at me, and I'm expressing my frustration to you, and you hang up in my motherfucking face, and you ain't got no job, nigga. Girl, Robin, stand up, bitch. And you know what? In this moment, y'all know I don't even care for Robin, but in that moment, I felt a little bad for her. I did. Because Robin is still young. Robin is still, she's pretty, you know, on certain days. If she fix her hair, her makeup, her clothes, she get a stylist, she gonna be real pretty. Okay, she's successful. She makes more money than him. She's the motherfucking breadwinner. The least you can do, nigga, is be available when I need you. You ain't doing shit else. It ain't like you got a goddamn job. The fuck you talking about? So I would have cussed Juan's ass the fuck out. See, that's why you can't be married to me. Like, he couldn't be married to a bitch like me. Y'all would be saying all kind of shit like she's emasculating him. She's making him feel less of a man, because I would have wore that nigga's ass out. Like, nigga, get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. Get out of my house, okay? Why you sitting up here talking about I'm emotional? Why am I letting these women, you know, get me emotional? Bitch, because, I'm emotional because of you. You put me in this position. Hell, sitting up here, you're not even available for me to be vulnerable with. So what you can do is get your ass on www.indeed.com and get you a goddamn job. That's what you can do. You got me fucked up. Juan couldn't be married to a bitch like me. He couldn't. That's why my man stay having a job. Thank you. Career, as a matter of fact. Thank you. Anyway, Juan had me bring it on down for Married to Medicine. So let's hit on Married to Medicine. I'm not going to spend too much time with Married to Medicine because after Quad left, I really didn't care after Quad left. How they did Quad was fucked up. I did not like it. I don't too much care for Quad. I can take her or leave her. I've said this before. I do not like a group of people ganging up on one person. And I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. I don't feel like any of those women have a real reason not to like Quad. The only person who has a reason is Toya. Everybody else, I really don't see an issue with everyone else and why they have these issues with Quad. I don't see it. And when you asks, what is your issue with Quad? Oh, you give me your ass to kiss. Oh, some shit about Sister Circle. Well, I saw the interview that Quad did with Carlos, and I also watched that season where I think it was Buffy was on that season, and Quad had this party that she threw for herself, and she bought herself the gift and act like she was surprised that she didn't buy herself this car. But anyway, and she did say Sister Circle, she did shout them out, but she also shouted these guys out, shouted the women of Married to Medicine, she shouted them out too. But Simone and Toya had already left, so you really not saying nothing. Okay, and then you have Simone doing all these interviews talking about, you know, she didn't consider Quad's feelings with hanging out with Sweet Tea and Dr. G. Well then, bitch, don't wonder why I'm giving you my ass to kiss. If you can't consider my feelings, I can't consider yours. They have a clip going around on Twitter of the reunion where it was revealed that Quad and Dr. G had a abusive relationship. Were going through some physical abuse, whatever, in their marriage. And you had Mariah and fucking Toya and Simone. She didn't really defend it, but she didn't really speak to it. You know what I mean? She didn't really acknowledge it. And they're defending Dr. G after they heard what all took place between him and Quad. So that's why I'm not understanding why they are so shocked and surprised that Quad don't fuck with them. And quite honestly, I don't think they all fuck with each other outside of filming. Cause that last episode, I think it was last week's episode, where Toya said something to the effect where this was the first time they had all met up in years. So y'all really don't fuck with each other like that. Y'all don't. I highly doubt that y'all talk every day. So how come it's okay for y'all, but it's not okay for Quad? Okay? Yes, Quad thinks she's the Beyonce of Married to Medicine. I think Quad head got too big. If she is showing up late to filming or to taping or whatever, and people are having to wait on her, that's rude and disrespectful. Quad does not like to accept responsibility. I get all of that, and I agree with all of that. But it's blame to go around with everybody, okay? It's blame to go around. Y'all, I'm catching something. I don't know what it is. It's blame to go around. You can't call yourself my sister and then get on your YouTube platform and keep calling me a hoe. You can't be out here talking about I sleep with married men and then say you my friend. You cannot do that. You can't be out here starting rumors that I'm sleeping with my contractor in order to pay my house and then wonder why I'm giving you my ass to kiss. You can't be hanging out with my ex-husband's new wife and then still consider you a friend of mine. You're not. So I think the ladies are being quite delusional about their situation with Quad, and I think Quad is also being delusional. You don't fuck with these women like that. You only want to stay on the show because, you know, it's an important part of your income. It's majority of your income. That's why you want to stay on this show. That's why you only call Heavenly up when it's time to film. But I don't see the problem with that. I don't see an issue with that. Heavenly talking about some, you know, Quad is using her, but you go to the producers and say you need her. So y'all using each other. I don't get it. And then y'all got Sweet Tea on here because you want her to have some type of conflict with her because it's good for ratings. So y'all using her too. That's why you brought Sweet Tea on the show. So what are we talking about here? And, you know, it was the way that they did it. I'm not mad because, you know, Quad is leaving the show. It's how they went about it. But I can't feel too bad for Quad because she was part of that situation where they did the same thing to Mariah. So, you know, I'm kind of back and forth, but that's just how I feel about Married to Medicine. I just recently saw a clip going around of Jackie saying that sometimes black women can be dramatic And sometimes we just want to, when we're pregnant, we're dramatic. Sometimes we just want to go to work. And we just want to get out of work, so we go to the doctor, 20 times, and it's hard as a doctor to take you seriously when you're just going to the doctor for small things. I'm paraphrasing. That's not what she said verbatim, but that's what she meant. That's how I took it, okay? And here's the thing. Dr. Jackie is a doctor. She's an OBGYN, but she's never been pregnant. She's never been pregnant. So if a pregnant woman says she's in pain, bitch, she's in pain. Do something about it. Because if you don't, it can lead to her death and the baby's death. I don't care if she come to the damn hospital every day up until her pregnancy. Take that shit seriously. If the bitch says she's in pain, she's in pain. It's that type of thinking is why black women are dying in record numbers from childbirth. You should know that because you just got off a Zoom call with VP Kamala Harris, and y'all was talking about black women in childbirth, and you called yourself an advocate. But you're contradicting yourself by saying we're dramatic and that, you don't take us seriously when we're coming to you and complaining about our issues as we're giving birth, as we're carrying our child. And you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you if you were pregnant. But see, that's the problem. You've never been pregnant. So how would you know what that pain feels like? I don't think people get it. Who haven't had a baby, I don't think you get it. You're literally putting your life at risk when you're having a child. So when these men be like, let's have a baby, it's something to really consider. Not just because it's the most permanent thing you can do, but because a woman is putting her life at risk. So it's not something you just do on a whim. That's why you take the pain. When someone is complaining about pain and when they're pregnant, you take that shit seriously. So, and I've been telling y'all, Dr. Jackie, I'm not a big fan of hers. I've been hearing that if you're not a celebrity and she's your doctor, she has no bedside manner, whatever. I don't live in Atlanta, but that's just what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but whatever. But y'all, that is it for today's video. Be on the lookout for my bariatrics video. I think I'm gonna do it Thursday or Friday. I don't know. But that is it, you guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, toodles.